What's going on, y'all? So listen.
What's going on, you guys? I know y'all like, girl, I thought you wasn't gonna do it. Listen, I almost wasn't. But I had to remember that I did say that I was gonna finish this season out. I don't know how many more episodes we got, but last week really was a trying week, amongst other things. And I really just wasn't in the headspace because I already knew the episode wasn't going to give anything, and I was 100% correct. And so I said, just let me go ahead and do this before the new episode come on tonight. When it comes to the Oval, I'm really just thinking about quitting that show, or if I do it, let some episodes build up and then do like a big video, or do a video with a couple of episodes in one, because after looking at last week's episode, it took me forever to get through it because nothing really happened. And again, like I said, a whole bunch of stuff was going on last week, if you already know. And girl, that episode didn't give anything, okay? And I do like the Oval to a certain extent, but now it's just getting really, really ridiculous. And that's how I feel like all of these Tyler Perry shows are getting ridiculous. And I just feel like part of the reason why I continue to this point to, do the show is because I don't know, like some blind loyalty or whatever, but if it's not good, it's not good because of the opportunities I got from him or whatever. And I was just like, oh, it's kind of messed up if I stop. But then, you got to be real. Got to be real, and the real tea is it's just not good. It's just not good. But I'm about to be in this phase in life where I'm just not going to do stuff that I do not feel like or want to do, that's not keeping my interest. But we will get into this season or this continuation of Sistas, hopefully. And I'm so damn tired, y'all. I am so tired. I am running off a wing and a prayer, okay? I don't know how I'm doing it, but I'm doing it. But we gonna get into this episode of Sistas that came on last week, episode 13. Truth is I'm tired. Mentally and physically, I am exhausted. But anyway, and I'm not even gonna be on here long because it wasn't much. Let me just tell you this whole situation with Bio, please let this be the last. Please let this be the last. Please let this be a way of tying up this storyline, because we do not need it to continue any episode after this past episode, or I can give it till next this week that's coming on today. Okay, we don't need it to continue. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with the Q situation. Let that be the end of it. We don't need anything else because we're tired. Let's put it to bed. It was a stupid storyline in the first place. All right, the way that they flipped it to try to make it seem like Sabrina and Maurice had something to do with it and all this stuff, and you stupidly took the word of a con man who has a rap sheet. Like, come on, like it just didn't make sense at all. And then I just hated the fact that it's a black cop, and I know police officers, detectives, or whatever, they come in all shapes, size, colors, and all of that, but for this to be a black show, bitch, I just would have thought that it would have been like a white cop or somebody else just coming down so hard. You know what I'm saying? Especially against somebody that's a successful black woman. And the fact that they singled out the black woman that literally had nothing to do with this, that pissed me off as well. And I'm just like, damn. Now, it would have made more sense if it was that DA. So we're not going to talk about the DA that came at Andy when she first came up in there to get Sabrina out of the situation. The one that was mad because she represented his wife in a divorce and he lost. So we got a new DA. And if that is a new DA, which I know it's a new DA, but if it's a new prosecutor or whatever on the case, thank God, because he the only one that had some sense, for the black man, for the black detective Logan to just be hammering home so hard about trying to get people that you can clearly tell is innocent, you can clearly tell have nothing to do with this, with the simple fact that you want to get a raise and you want to get a promotion. I said, that's so shitty. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? You will literally sacrifice innocent people just to get a raise and a promotion. And it took for that white DA prosecutor to tell you that. He said, yeah, I want to put the bad guys in jail too, but I can clearly tell that these two aren't not guilty. They are innocent, and Q is the one that did it. Okay, and you owe them an apology. And then that motherfucker gonna come up in there and he's still lying his ass off. Baby, I said, I know that's right. Stand up. You know, sometimes they stand up when they need to. You know what I'm saying? And he said, your deal is revoked. Put him in jail. And he talking about somebody needs to see my lawyer. Bitch, go see your lawyer. Mind you, all of a sudden now it's his old the people that did it with him. They're saying that he's the one that did it. He's the one that brought it up. He's the one that made the plan, but then said absolutely nothing about Sabrina and Maurice. That they have absolutely nothing to do with it because they didn't know nothing about them. And I'm sitting here like, so why didn't y'all ask them in the first place? Why did it have to get to the point where you're going to take the word over one person, over a group of people, the majority, and then you're going to put these two people in jail, put them in there for bond, you know, have them up in there just stressing them out, have Sabrina take her weave out. You know, like, why? What? This shoddy, you know, this pissed me off because you want to know what? Stuff like this really does happen. I've been listening to recently, like, the Dateline app, you know. They put all they most of their episodes on the podcast, whatever. And so, you know, I be listening to them, and I just be listening to some of these cases, right? And I'm just like, oh my goodness, how are y'all putting these innocent people up in jail like this? And then they be up in there for like 3 years or so, only to come to find out they was telling the truth the whole time, that they was not the killer. I be like, oh my God. And it's because they was trying to cover up stuff. I said, gee, you know, I don't play games like that. See, this is why Ashley would never put herself in a situation where she can get caught up in nothing, because I ain't got time for it. I don't got time for shoddy police work or whatever, because I don't trust them. Okay. Meanwhile, dude said, drop the charges, they free to go, put that nigga in jail, Quincy. And that's exactly what needs to be had. And he had to tell Logan about himself, and I'm really glad that he did. But speaking of Sabrina, you're dumb. Because ain't no way in hell I would have sat there and I would have listened to anything that Bio had to say in my house. I don't care my place up where I lay my head. You up here trying to tell me something. Well, in my country, this is what we do, and you know, you sign a contract. Now, I don't even know you. Okay, my other 9 wives didn't know me either. It was just part of a deal. I said, excuse me? And the way that he said it was like they were property. And I said, oh, it just took me back to the slave trade. The slave trade and the history of slavery and all of that stuff. And, you know, some of our own ancestors looked at us as, especially, you know, they looked at some of our other ancestors as property, just like the white folks looked at us as property too. And I said, oh my God, especially when it comes to women. Oh, you ain't got no rights for this and you ain't got no right for that. It is sad. It's sickening. And I was just like, Bio, you want this to happen? You need to go to your country. You need to do that to somebody that's in your country that goes through the same thing that they go to, because we are in the United States of these Americas, okay? And we have the right to say no, you know? No means no. You cannot force it. And you will go to jail in our country before she goes to jail in our country for turning down your proposal. And it really wasn't a proposal. I said, sir, if you don't get your ass up out of here, keep on saying my country. I was waiting for Sabrina to say, well, we're in America, okay? We're in the United States of America, in Georgia. That's where we're at. We're not in your country, okay? But she never did. He was like, you don't want to go back with me? Hell no. He talking about something. When this whole thing is over with, you gonna come with me to my country. Oh, who told you that? Unless you gonna beat me over my head, put me in a duffel bag and throw me on the plane, and I'm gonna wake up after being tranquilized into another country. It's not going to happen, all right? And then gonna say something, you think I did all of this for nothing, and you already simple-minded. You think I'm closed-minded. You think I just don't like Maurice because he gay or whatever. No, it's for many reasons. I said, what other reasons? What other reasons? Because you said many reasons. You said multiple reasons, as if there's more than 2. What other reason besides he's gay and flamboyant? Which other ones? Okay? And I said, child, stop lying. And then gonna get on this phone. He gonna say something. I'm gonna revoke your bail. I'm gonna get my money back. She said, do it. Do it. Go get on the phone calling his mama. Oh, she said no, she this and this. And then gonna say, my mama said that you're a horrible person. You're an evil person to do something like this. I said, no, that would be you. Okay, we are in 2023. You cannot force a woman or anybody to do anything that they do not want to do. All right, and you did not even go through the proper channels of courting her correctly and giving her the option to say yes or no to even see if she really truly likes you like that and want to be in love with you. Baby, ain't nobody desperate for nobody to be with like that. And then you gonna have, this is the gaslighting and the flipping of the shit. He gonna say something. See, let me tell you something. It's because it's because of the way that you think about Africans. You don't like Africans. I said, excuse me. She was about to give you a chance until you flipped the script on her and tried to possess her, and then gonna say, this is not what we do. You know, these are the stereotypes or whatever that you think of Africans, that we have so many wives. We don't do that. I don't have so many wives, and I don't this. What? You put it out there in your actions. So now that she said no when she didn't fall for your shit, it's like, oh, now you think small-mindedly of Africans. No, she don't. We don't. You know what I'm saying? And you the one that put it out there and gonna say something, I'm still gonna revoke my bail. She was like, okay, fine. But then gonna say something, did I just get read? I said, no, you didn't. You didn't. Moving on from that, they go over there to Karen's house, and Karen is just Karen. It ain't really nothing to say over there. She really thought that, sitting there trying to convince herself that Zach gave her that money because he knows that that baby is his. I said, girl, it ain't it. And I was here for Danny for asking the questions that everybody else was scared to ask, or they be, something tomorrow at the funeral home at 2:00. Bitch. Oh my God, I'm so over this bullshit. I gotta go to work. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to work. But anyway, so you got that going on. And then, you know, Andy goes on her date. Karen do call Aaron over there because, again, Aaron, he's as much as I don't like Karen in this moment, because now she's trying to act like, oh, I had to go to the doctor and ask the doctor how come I be, you know, cool at one moment and then I'm all over the place and angry at the next moment. I said, bitch, me and Danny said, girl, it ain't the pregnancy. You just obsessed with Zach. That's just all that it is. But Karen, as much as I can't stand her, I'm kind of worried about her, not about her mental state, but about the fact that I don't trust Aaron. Now, she finally, according to her, put her foot down to a certain extent and said, listen, this is over, this is done with, because, you know, she had to show him that the results did say that he was not the father, you know, and at that moment, he was like, so what does this mean? She said, this is done. So what does that mean? I mean, I said it don't matter. Regardless of if I was the father or not, I would still be here to take care of you and take care of the baby. Bitch, she don't want you around. She don't want you around. And he just can't get that in his head. And I'm so tired of it. It's getting irritating. And so, you know, when he tried to kiss her when they was going to leave, she was like, like, I'm just a phone call away. Okay, bye. Meanwhile, Andy go on a little blind date. It's some football player, just so happens to be friends with the dude that was hitting on Danny at the airport, who also had a friend who played on Bruh, who was obsessed with trying to get back with his ex-girlfriend. I said, child, all of this, that whole interaction was dumb and just unnecessary about how he's a good guy and we're this and we're that and we're not players and do you want to do this? And I'm sitting here like, ugh. Okay. The only thing that actually really was interesting and I actually did care for was the fact that Zach was really trying to go get his son. And it really made me mad that the neighbor, who was so nosy, came up to them and was telling them, you know, this part didn't piss me off, about the fact that Heather be having so many men up in there, right? And then that she does call CPS and CPS supposed to be coming down there the next day or whatever. And then, you know, gonna ask her, this is the part that pissed me off with the neighbor. I'm gonna ask them, why are you here? And what do you got to do with this, right? And Zach said, well, I'm his dad. And the neighbor was like, well, I can see that clearly. And I'm talking about you, Fatima. And he said, that's my wife. And she said, you, his wife? You gonna put up with something like this? And she was like, what are you talking about? She was like, because I'd never be with some man that got baby mama drama, that got a kid and all this. I said, shut up. First of all, I understand the sentiment because some people do prefer to be with somebody that is completely single and not tied to a child or anything like that, any type of drama of that sort. But to say that in a situation where you already see what's going on and you see how dire it is and you see the dedication that this man is putting forth and you see that each and every time he has come over there, his fiance has been with him, standing by his side, that's some stupid shit. And I wanted Fatima to slap her, okay? But all of a sudden you hear the baby scream, okay? And they run upstairs and the dude opens up the door, basically trying to, front on Zach like he ain't shit, close the door on him and continues to beat on the child, whatever he was doing, and Zach bust that door open. Fatima pissed me off because Fatima was like, let the courts handle it or let the cops handle it. Come on. I said, now any other time you would be ready to whoop somebody's ass. This is the time where you should be ready to whoop somebody's ass over a child being hurt, okay? Ain't no let nobody, bitch, I'm finna go back to jail because you not finna touch a child in my presence and I'm not gonna do nothing. I was so glad and so here for, and I know he's still on parole or whatever, but I was so glad that he bust that door open and beat that nigga ass. Because one thing about it, two things for sure, you ain't finna get away with putting your hands on no child, especially one that ain't yours, okay? But that was how the episode ended. Y'all tell me how y'all feel and hopefully y'all will get a review tonight. If not tonight, tomorrow for sure. All right, I'll see y'all later. Peace.